Hello everybody. Right, the time is 3 o'clock, so we are going to make a start. What we're going to cover today now is not going to take us too long, 10 minutes probably at max, but it's important you listen. So I'm going to cover some information on the welcome packs that people haven't been receiving, information on programme planners. I'm going to give you an update on assessors and who can be your assessor. I'm going to tell you a little bit about supervisors. I want to know if people have started, and if they've not, why they haven't, and if they have, brilliant. And I'll then stay online to answer any kind of problems that people have. So let's just discuss for a moment the welcome packs. The welcome packs, I have been informed by the charity, normally have a 2-week delay on them. So if you've logged in and you've not received your welcome pack, it should take at least 2 weeks to come to your house. That's under normal conditions. Apparently, because of COVID and because there are not so many delivery drivers and the people are on furlough at the charity itself, there has been a bigger delay. So we've got about a 3-week delay on welcome packs. So please don't email me saying you've not received it if you've only recently logged in. Just give it time, please, and be patient, but that should come through your door soon. You also need to have logged on in order to trigger the welcome pack. Now, I've been on eDofE today and I can see that a lot of people have not even logged on. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm just going to share with you a screen. Bear with me one moment while I get the screen that I want to share. Okay, you should now be seeing my screen, which shows my eDofE account. All these names that you can see on the list that have got these grey crosses, these are people that have not yet logged in. So Julie, Alexander, Maxwell, you guys have not logged in to your actual eDofE account, so it won't trigger a welcome pack. Owen has, because you can see he's uploaded some stuff, and so has Alexandra. They've uploaded stuff, so has Grace. So these people should be receiving their welcome pack if they haven't already. Evie, Oliver, Lucy and Jack, again, you guys have not uploaded anything onto eDofE, so therefore it won't have triggered your welcome pack. We can see that Jacob has, Lola and Nicole haven't, Finley has, Faith hasn't, Scarlett, Ewan, Charlie and Martha have, so well done. But all these people where there are 4 crosses like this, so Daisy, Alex Hardy-Bull, Eleanor and Harry, they haven't. Esme, Georgia and Finley have, well done. Francis hasn't. Alice and Dexter have. Lewis, Lily and Luke haven't. So you get the idea. Megan, Katie, Ted haven't. Mia, Jessica, Iris haven't. Caitlin and Rebecca haven't. Jessica Thompson hasn't. Eleanor Walsh hasn't, and neither has Chloe Wood. Everybody else has logged in because they've updated their accounts. So you guys should have received your welcome pack, and if you haven't, then you should within the next few weeks. However, if you've got these crosses next to your name, then clearly you've not actually logged in yet. Now, it might be that you're thinking, well, I've got the app. If you've got the app, brilliant, but you do actually need to log into the actual eDofE account. And I suggest that you do this on a desktop or on a laptop or on the actual website rather than through the app. That should trigger your welcome pack that will come to your house. Okay. So that's a little bit on welcome packs. I'm just going to go back to Q&A to make sure nobody's written me any questions. A few people have said that their pack has arrived today. Well done. Some people have said that they got it ages ago, which is great. So you can see the packs are arriving. It's just that they might be taking some time. So that's eDofE, my eDofE account, and you can see that many of you haven't actually logged in yet. So Faith, you've said that you've received yours. So that might mean then, Faith, that you have logged in. You've just not uploaded any information onto this system for me. So I'm going to now show you what that looks like. When you upload some information, it will look like this. I'm just going to use Scarlett's as an example. It will look like this to me. So if I click on that, it will tell me what Scarlett's going to do. So it gives me a start date and she's filled in all this information. Now she hasn't submitted it to me yet because up here it says draft. And she's not got an assessor. she's not got these 2 bits of information filled out, probably because she's struggling for an assessor and she probably wants me to be it. So because of that, she's not filled that out. So I can see that she's done something, but she's not submitted it to me yet. Now I'm going to use another example. I'm going to use Charlie as an example. So Charlie's is yellow because Charlie has filled it all out, and it says here program planner submitted. And then what I do is I read through this. So he's working with the environment, he's doing it at home, he's got an assessor there who's a primary school teacher, he's got a goal, I like the look of it, he's doing it for 3 months, he's already started. In fact, the start date was in January, and I can press there approve, and that means that I've now approved his section, so he knows that that's okay. And then what will happen is his arrow there will then change to look like that one there that Finley Els has got with the arrow. It will look like that. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go through and I'm going to be approving your sections, but you have to actually submit it to me. When it's grey like this, it's not yet submitted, so you have to actually fill out all the details in order for it to come through to me. You know, so there are other ones on here that I've yet to approve. I know that Zilke emailed me earlier, and as you can see, I've got all of her information there, so I'm going to end up agreeing all of her sections. So that's what you need to do. So I need to see, like Zilke's and like Sienna's, I need to see these 3 sections yellow on my screen so that I can actually approve your program planners. So that's something you need to get on and do, and there's an awful lot of people that haven't yet done that. Okay, so that's the first thing. When I'm going to show you another example using this one here that's got the arrow. I'm going to click on Finley's. Like I say, it says program planner approved, and that's what I need to do with all of your sections. So you need to make sure that it's been sent through to me, so I can look at his next one. He's got fitness, he's running outside, he wants to be able to do a 20k run, that's pretty good. He's got an assessor there, and his goal, yeah, it's all fine. He's doing that over 6 months, so I can approve that section. And then it will change, and his arrow's now changed. And that's what I need to be able to do for all of you. So you need to upload your program planners so that I can get that information. Okay, I'm just going to go back to Q&A. Oh, interesting. 1 or 2 people have said that their pack has just arrived 10 minutes ago. Brilliant. So you've got it today, which is great. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that screen now, and I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so that tells you a little bit about the welcome packs. Now I want to give you an update, please, on the assessor. If you are continuing a club at home, then your assessor should be a person that runs the club, even though you're not seeing them because you're doing it at home. It should be somebody that knows about your activity, and therefore they are your assessor. If you're doing an online course, some people are, there should be someone in charge of the course who could be your assessor. But some online courses don't have a person, it's just it gives you a qualification or a piece of paper at the end, like a certificate. So you don't actually have an assessor, somebody that you can speak to or call or email. If there is no option of an assessor, then I have been told that your parents can be your assessor. Now, normally that's not allowed, because otherwise, you know, people could put their parents down and their parents might just say they did the work when they actually didn't. So normally we don't allow parents. Or any kind of relative. However, I'm telling you now today that we are accepting your parents to be assessors for you. If it's something that you're doing at home, that they can watch you do it, they can guide you, and they can help give you new targets, and so that you're always improving at whatever it is you're doing. So let's just say you've decided to learn the piano by using YouTube clips, and you've not got a music teacher or anybody like that that can be your assessor, then it would be better if your parents are your assessor at home for that period of time. Once we are out of lockdown and we're back at school, then let's just say you were doing the piano at home, maybe then Miss Morishuk could be your assessor. But in the meantime, whilst you're working on things at home, your assessor can be your parent. It's better for you to put your parent down than me, because I'm not there. I can't see what you're doing. I don't know when you're doing it. And all I can do really is look at your evidence. I can't give you any kind of advice or guidance, and your parents can. So can you please, if there is something you are doing at home, can you please put down your parents as your assessor? If you can't find an assessor, then put your parents down instead of me, and that will be okay. If you're going to use your parents, then please collect as much evidence as possible. So photos, videos, logging sheets, anything like that, just kind of show what it was you did and when you did it. Can I also ask that you go onto eDofE and you update that in your program planner? So I want you to open up your program planners. If you put me down as an assessor, can you open up your program planners and can you change that to your parents' name, please, instead of me? Otherwise, I'm going to have an awful lot of work to do. So I think it would be better if we say that your parents can be your assessors for any of those sections. OK, so that's an update on that. If you've got any questions, please send them through now to the Q&A so that I can be looking at what people are telling me. OK, last couple of things. From now on, I'm having a lot of emails from people all the time with questions about DofE, and that's obviously fine, because if you have questions, you need to email us so that we can help you. However, there are 53 of you and I'm on my own and it's a lot of work for me. So from now on, I'm going to ask you to email any questions that you have towards your supervisor. Now, your supervisor is either me, Mr. Middleton, or Mr. Chomans. So I'm going to ask if your surname is between letters A to D. So let's say your surname is Davies, then I am your assessor. If your surname is E to J, then your supervisor is Mr. Middleton. And if it's K to W, it's Mr. Chomans. OK, I just want to make that clear to you now. So if you have any questions, so for instance, Evie Cole has emailed me recently, I think, about something. That's fine because I'm now her supervisor. But if your surname is Evans or, you know, anything else, Henshaw, then you're going to Mr. Middleton. And if your surname is obviously between K and W, please can you email Mr. Chomans? That will help me out a lot because it means that it's going to cut down on the amount of work I have. And finally, with regards to that, on the program planners, if you're asked to enter a leader's name, who your leader is, can you also put down the name of your supervisor? So it might be me, it might be Mr. Middleton or Mr. Chomans. OK, so please take a note of that now, who your supervisor is. If it's a question that Mr. Middleton cannot answer or Mr. Chomans cannot answer and they don't know, then they will either direct your query to me or you can email me. But I'd rather you try them in the first instance, please. OK, my final thing is I want to know if you have started. If you have, and I'm in all three sections now, your physical, your volunteering and your skills. If you have, excellent. Please check that you have updated it on eDofE and you've sent it to me. If you haven't started a section, why not is my question to you. And if that's you, when this meeting ends, can you stay online and type me some messages in Q&A so that I can try and help you? And finally, if you have completed any of the sections, you've done your 3 months because you started back in September, then you can go ahead and get your assessor reports loaded up. Mr. Ashurst, who is the manager for the whole of Duke of Edinburgh in our area, he has changed all of the start dates now on DofE back to the 1st of September. So you can backdate any of your stuff back to the 1st of September. OK? And that's all been done for you. So if you haven't started the sections, because I think we've come to the end, yes, we have. That's the end of my meeting. So if you haven't started 1 or 2 or 3 of your sections, can you stay in this meeting now? If you have completed sections, upload your evidence. And if you've started your sections, brilliant, you may carry on. We'll probably have a meeting next week. Again, it will probably only be short, just like this one, because I just like to keep you updated on things. Otherwise, carry on with your activities. Stay on the line now if you've got questions. If not, cheerio, have a lovely evening, get away from the screen, go and do something. Bye-bye. Right, those people that are still here because you have not started a section, can you please type to me in the Q&A box so that I can have a little look at how I can help you? OK, Grace, when filling out the skills section, what category would Arts Awards class as? I can't think about what the categories are. If there's one that says life skills, I would put it under life skills. I shouldn't worry too much, Grace, about which category it comes under. Just go with what you think, and I'm sure that will be fine. I think there might be a category for life skills, in which case I'd go with that. Owen, would I need to send in evidence every week to prove I've done it? No, Owen, you don't need to do that at all. You can send in all your evidence at the end, that's fine. Just every now and again, it might be worth uploading a photo or something like that, but you don't need to be sending me stuff every session. Lola, that's fine, Lola. Can I just suggest that you rewind this meeting to the very beginning so that you can listen to it all the way through? Katie, I've started all, but I'm just waiting for my dance teacher to send me the info. I've taken evidence and made things. I just need to upload it. That's fine, Katie. You just keep going as you are. You're doing a wonderful job. Well done. Layla, there isn't an option for Mr. Tromans on the leader section. OK, that's interesting. I'll try and get that sorted out. Thank you for letting me know, Layla. And so is the same with Jasper. Yeah, I'll try and update that so that we can see a change. Oh, I might have spelt his name wrong. Is there a Mr. Is it Tromans? I'll have a little look. I might have misspelt his name. Jasper, we are waiting for DofE to change the physical and skill. I'm not quite sure what you mean. If you mean the dates, they should have been changed now, Jasper, so can you go and check? Jasper will sort volunteering tonight. Now parents can be the assessor. OK. Eleanor, I'm going to put my parents as my assessor for the first aid course online. Yes, that's a great idea, Eleanor. Not sure what to put as my assessor for volunteering, as I've cooked a couple of meals and photographed them. Yes, put your parents down as your assessor for now. We might change that when we're all back in school. Eleanor, me and my mum are going through it tonight. OK, that's great, Eleanor. Really well done. Get in touch if you've got any problems to your supervisor. If you want to run anything past me, Eleanor, that's OK, because I know that you've signed up a little bit later. Lewis, just haven't started volunteering, just thinking of ideas. OK, do you need help with that, Lewis, or is that something that you think you'll be able to come up with by yourself and with your parents? You could do chores at home, for instance, looking after siblings, helping them with online learning, things like that. Yes, please, Ewan. You've said, do I change the name, position, email of the assessor from you to my parents? Yes, please. I think that would be helpful. Jasper, is it still 6 months for physical and 3 for skill, or the other way around? It can be whichever you decide, Jasper. You can choose which section you want to do for 6 months. Lewis, if you change your physical to do one activity for 3 months and then another for 6 months, do you upload this all in one go? No, as soon as you finish one of your sections, you can upload your evidence for that section, and I can get it, and you can, and I can then get it signed off for you. So you don't need to wait. Whenever you finish a section, just get your evidence uploaded. Are there any other questions? Doesn't look like there are any other questions. I'm going to just wait here for a minute, and if questions come through, I'll answer them. If they don't, then I'm going to close the session down. Max, you've said that you wanted to ease yourself into it to make it easy for yourself. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Does that mean that you've started one section but you've not started the others? If that's the case, that's fine. But now's probably a good time to actually be working on all 3, because you're off school, you're at home, you've not got anything going on in the evenings because everywhere's locked down. So it's not like you can go out and play with your mates. So now's actually a good time to get them all started, really. Then you'll find yourself going, and we might well be not at school until Easter, you know, so you've got a couple of months. You could end up going back to school with all your sections completed, which would be great. Lewis, yep, good. Talk about the volunteering tonight. It'd be really good to get started on this. Ah, Jasper, I see what you're saying. No, you have to change that, Jasper. That's not something that we do. You change that. You go into timescales and change it. Can you try going into timescales and changing it? If you're still struggling, Jasper, you can send me an email and I'll see if I can do it for you. But can you try first, please? You should be able to change that under timescales. Somebody that's anonymous has said, do I need to resend the email that I sent to you to Mr. Chomans, as he's now my supervisor, or will you forward it to him? I'm not quite sure who that is. If it's Zilke, because I know that Zilke sent me an email, as you can see, Zilke, all your sections are in fact online and I can see them, so they're all fine. You just carry on as you were. Yes, Max, I thought that was the case. Maybe get started, Max. I would if I were you. Okay, Jasper, in that case, I will try and do that for you. So you want to swap physical, let me just reverse back, go up the list. You want to swap physical to 3 months and skill for 6 months. Yeah, okay, I'll do that for you. Evie, not sure what sort of thing to do. What for, Evie? Are you talking physical skills or volunteering? Alexander Armstrong, never mind. Can I suggest that you rewind the meeting back to the very beginning, please? It's only a short one. Rewind it back to the beginning and then you can listen to it through. Okay, Jasper, you're free to go. I'll do that for you. Okay, it looks like there are no questions coming through, so I'm going to end the session now. Have a good evening, folks. I'll see you next week.